Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day for Sunday, April the 9th is race number 8 at Keeneland. We're going about 7 furlongs on a beard course, and it's the Grade 3 Beaumont Stakes for 3-year-old fillies. And as we take a look at this field, Mike, we've got 2 Grade 1 winners returning off a layoff. Does that make them vulnerable?
The fact that they're off the layoff, or the fact that neither of them is very good? Which one makes them vulnerable?
I guess the latter.
I don't know. I think they're both fine, but I don't know. Were you so taken with their 2-year-old races that you want a short price on them in this race? I don't.
Now, I have to be honest with you. I agree with you. Both are Grade 1 winners. Both deserve their accolades, but I wasn't exactly thrilled with either one of them. Sweet Loretta, the number 3 for Pletcher, is 7-5 on the morning line. She dead heated for the win with Pretty City Dancer in the spin-away. It didn't work out in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. Fine. I wouldn't be surprised if Todd has her cranked up and ready to go for this race, because I think that Todd, in the back of his mind, realizes she's probably not going to win the Acorn, and she's probably not going to win races like the Alabama. So let's get started with a nice grade win in the Beaumont.
It's funny too, because they paid a lot of money for her. Obviously, she's a Tapit with some pedigree. It's almost like she kind of overachieved a little bit last year. Like, she didn't feel like she was one of Todd's better ones, but she shows up in Saratoga. She wins the Schuylerville in the spinaway. She was never going to win the Breeders' Cup, I guess. I don't know. I thought she was fine winning those first 2 races. The other 2 greatest stakes races, I don't know. I just wasn't blown away with her. I won't be surprised if she wins here, but I'm also not going to be betting any money on her.
I think this distance is good for her. I think Todd will have her ready to go. I wonder if Graham Motion is prepping the 5 Dancing Rags for something longer. It looks like she's bred to stretch out. She did her best work around 2 turns. She got a lovely ride from Angel Cruz when she won the Alcibiades 2 starts back. And again, I won't hold the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies against her. I think she might have more long-term potential than Sweet Loretta, but I think this is just a starting off point, and at 9-5, I don't want to find out.
I agree with all that stuff. I mean, she's just not the kind of horse I want to be betting on in this race, but I'm not going to be surprised if she runs well.
The number 2, My Miss Cliff, has raced twice at the fairgrounds against fellow Louisiana breds. She has won both of those races by a combined 13 3/4 lengths, and her Beyer speed figures, they fit in well with the horses in this race. Plus, she can be forward. I wouldn't be surprised if she's out there either on the lead or sitting second.
I agree with that. They probably should just try and make the front with her here and see what happens. She's got to go 7 for the first time up in class, but you just point out her figures fit. I like both of her races just fine. I like the last one a little more, if only because that was a pretty fast pace. I mean, whoever the leader was in that race just sort of ran off on a pretty fast pace, and this horse was very comfortable tracking her before she just buried her through this stretch. This horse might be okay.
She's undefeated from 2 starts, as is the number 6, Sine Wave, who just ran away and hid at Parks last time out at this distance for a very good trainer in Benny Perkins.
Yeah, that is a very good trainer. This horse is a little light figure-wise coming into this race with a 60 and a 62. I didn't love her debut. She got it done in there, which I liked. She was pretty game to do it. She was better last time. I mean, she totally missed the break in that race and then just sort of rushed through on the rail. I think she beat a pretty weak field, but I like the way that she did it.
The number 4, Treble, has been favored in all 3 lifetime starts for trainer Ron Moquette. I like this filly's tactical speed. I think she's going to work out a really nice trip in the second flight under Jose Ortiz, and that 80 Beyer speed figure, I believe that's the best last out figure by a solid margin over My Mischief.
Yeah, I mean, it is the best last out figure, so we'll see what happens with her in here. I do want to, that race last time, the pace really wasn't there for her, and she tried to close it down. She just couldn't get there. I think she ran fine, but I don't know. Her races don't do that much for me, and she just feels like one of those horses. Maybe she's 3rd choice in this race. I don't know. I wanted to go in a different direction.
Much like the Distaff Handicap on Sunday at Aqueduct, where sort of the marquee name is coming back off of a layoff, we're going to try to go with sharper horses, arguably, or horses that don't have that big kind of a name. So let's take a look at our selections for the Beaumont. Both should be prices. The number 7 is Promise is Broken, and I think your argument's going to be, I'm not going to hold that Cincinnati Trophy against her. She doesn't have to be a synthetic horse, despite the win 2 back.
Right, and I just don't like the ride that she got in that race either, because she could have just cleared off on the lead in that race. She got right up to the front, but he didn't really want to do that. He let horses sort of surround her on the pace, and then she just didn't run that well through the stretch. But her other 3 races, to me, are all pretty good. I like the way that she ran in all of them, and the other thing I like about her in this race, I think she'll go 7, and I like that she has a little bit of speed, but does not need the lead in this. I think she's going to get a really nice trip in this race. Loved her debut. I know it was a wet track. I loved her debut, and I thought she ran really well in the Churchill race. The 1 turn mile was a fast race, good horses. I didn't care for the ride that she got in that race. I didn't see any reason for her. I know she had post 12, but to be rated 4 and 5 wide throughout that race to me made no sense. I thought she did well to be third in there. I like her races. She's 12-1 on the morning line. I'm going to bet this horse on Sunday.
I'm taking just a little bit of a stab with the number 1 Laney, and this might just simply be too tough of a task for this daughter of Shackelford, who was in for 75 last time out at Tampa Bay, and we know Jumbie Bay, the Fletcher horse that got beat. I think she was odds-on in that race, and she probably shouldn't have been. But I like that Laney was, giving ground throughout. She was probably in the 4 path on the turn, and I think if she ran third in that race, got beat a half length, you'd say, hey, that was a pretty nice effort for Laney.
Yeah.
But the fact that she really dug down and wanted to get it done at this distance is a good sign. She's now 2 for 2 at 7 furlongs. The problem is she might need some hitting up front against better horses, but she's going to be a good price at 10-1. I'll give her a minor shot with Leparoux. I'll use her over Treble and My Miss Schiff. I'm going to try to beat the favorites.
Yeah, I'm going to try and beat the favorites too. I'm just going to go to the outside while you go to the inside. I have no problem with the last 2 races that Laney won. Maybe she's got to improve a little bit, but how much does she really have to improve? I don't know.
Great racing this weekend at Keeneland, and if you're playing that Keeneland Sunday card from home, a $300 sign-up bonus is available to new DRF Bet subscribers. All you have to do is head on over to drf.com/trifecta. Approximate post time for the Grade 3 Beaumont at Keeneland on Sunday. It's the 8th race. The approximate time again, 4:57 Eastern. Good luck.